Bing, bow, boom. It's Mr. Worldwide. When I step in the room, I'm a hustler, baby. You're now tuned in to This Is Me podcast. I'm one half of your host, Myles Hartsfield, a.k.a. Big 38. Coach Carey, Mr. Dap himself up, won't be here today. He's kind of under the weather, but shouts out to my man. Say a prayer for him because he is down bad right now. Like, I'm talking about down bad to the core where he's like laying in bed calling me, talking about, bro, I don't know if I can do anything today. Hey, it is what it is. The show must go on. But This Is Me got a special guest on the pod today. We got a Jersey legend, one of the pioneers of the Jersey movement, Mr. PJ Walker. What's good, dog?
What's good, my boy?
Hey.
Appreciate you having me, my guy.
Hey. It's a pleasure of ours to have you on there. You know what I'm saying? having a guy that when I was in high school as a sophomore, you know, playing at Elizabeth, I'm going to your game, watching you play. It's like now we're teammates on the Panthers. It's crazy how full circle works.
First of all, I should have been teammates. Should have came to Temple. That's first of all. But you wouldn't have. I'm gonna let that slide. You would have been.
See,
look.
You
would have been playing running back.
I would have been playing running back, and my career probably would have been
a lot different.
And I'd have been behind. What's his name? Hod. Like, come on. I don't know. I probably would have played until probably junior year.
Would have been different.
But like the first segment I want to talk about, just break it down for us how it was growing up in Elizabeth.
It was different, bro.
You take that, yeah.
It was different. It was more so like every day we outside, we playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Like from the age 5 to I was like 16. Every day I'm outside. We doing something, either playing football, we hooping. We used to go to the rec center every day, hoop. So it was always just being active, you know, being together with my guys, my friends, all my guys that I'm really just so close with now, and pretty much had conversations with on a daily basis. But we was just hooping, man, just trying to always find ways to do stuff and be active. The stuff you don't see today. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the difference.
Everybody playing the video game thinking that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Like, that's not it. Like, I don't even own a system because that's what I used to do, you know what I'm saying, growing up, is hoop. So that's something that I'm just always used to and something that I'm always just, like, always trying to do. So you say that about young kids today. So when you got kids, how you gonna be that parent figure of, you can, we outside, we ain't doing none of this game. So how are you gonna act as a parent? I don't know, bro, because I really wanna be a nice parent, because I know they're gonna go to school and they're gonna be in school. Their kid, all their friends gonna be talking about the game and all this stuff. But I can't be the guy that be like, nah, you can't do that, and it's all about sports and also it's all about other stuff. But I'm gonna let them choose. Like, I'm gonna give them the opportunity though to play the game, but it's over at some point.
Yeah.
It's gonna be time.
You gotta get off at some point. Go outside.
We're gonna go outside. We're gonna play ball. We're gonna do something.
Right.
We're gonna go run. We're gonna do something. We're gonna be active. We're gonna be active. It's just not about to sit around in the crib.
So with all these kids, like I have a little cousin right now that knows how to use an iPad at the age of 4 years old.
It's crazy.
What age do you think is too young to be using social media and knowing it like the back of your hand?
Too young.
Like, what's like an age you gonna be like to your kid, like, all right, here's an iPad, here's a phone?
I think I see kids now that's like 6, 5, 7. They
crazy
on like Instagram, and I'm like, that's just not it. Like, you can't have your young kids on this like that. But not especially if they controlling the whole thing. But if you're like a parent, if you're a parent controlling, I'm cool with it. But like, as a kid that's on, so like, it's so much stuff on there, bro. Like, it's a lot of stuff on there.
YouTube and stuff is really raising kids nowadays.
Exactly. And like, you could block out some of the stuff that you don't want them to see, but it's more so like, bro, it's ways to get around it. Like, kids are smart. Yeah. Like, and they find ways. They got friends. People that got friends. I don't really know the age though, bro, because it's like, where do you draw the line of like, all right, you can't be on, so because like, you gonna get your kid a phone when they get to school, you know what I'm saying, like kindergarten, like you gonna send them to school with a phone.
You gotta stay in that communication just in case something happens.
Exactly. They already gonna know how to work the phone, right? But like, once you hit 5, 6, like, it's cool to have a phone, but it ain't cool to be like on social media.
So you giving them an iPhone? Are you going back with like a burner phone? Like, they gotta tap twice to press the H.
I'm gonna give them an iPhone.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna give them the most updated iPhone, none of that. It's just gonna be a regular iPhone, something that they can use. Mm-hmm. But like, to a point where, bro, like, you shouldn't go past, only call me.
There's only one number in this phone, and it's my number.
It's my number. Million miles. That's it, bro.
Hey, I'm with my guys.
Yeah.
There's a certain age where people should be giving their kids these tools, because social media, all these electronics will be there.
Yes.
Your time as a kid, where you went outside and you played tackle football, killed a man with the ball, basketball. That's where I feel like I grew the most. And
riding bikes with.
I feel like I would have never been ready to be a part of a team or play sports if I wasn't in the backyard playing kill a man with the ball or manhunt.
What y'all called it?
We called it kill a man with the ball.
We call it a free fall.
Free for all. Hey, I've heard so many things that when I went down to Mississippi, they called it a totally different thing. So you could just imagine the things they were saying down there. It's crazy, but
I don't even want to know that.
I think that's big, especially nowadays. I think it needs to get back to that. I feel like every generation restarts everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything has their own thing. Everything runs its own course too. So I feel like eventually we'll get back to that because people get tired of playing
in the house.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see how things go. We'll see
how it shake out.
Exactly. So let's talk about your transition from high school to Temple. How was that transition going to Temple playing quarterback? I know a few teams. I remember when we were in high school, I used to look at match prep and people were like, if you went to Rutgers, you'd have played safety. I remember when you still one of the best games in New Jersey history was y'all versus Keene. Elizabeth versus Piscataway at Keene. Right. That was one of the littest games I ever been to. Talk about that game before we get to the Temple. Right. What was going through your mind in that game?
All right, so we played Piscataway the year before at Rutgers.
Right.
So it was more like, all right, we took the L, but we had a chance to win the game. So I'm like, all right, we really gonna come back and we're gonna see them next year. They got the same team. Tevin Shaw leaves though.
Yeah. So that was a dog.
Right.
Straight dog.
We struggled with him. He might have rushed for like 250 on us that game.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. When we played Piscataway, bro, I don't think anybody tackled him that game. We lost 28-0 on.
He like the pinball machine, bro, just bouncing off.
His control of his body was crazy at that age.
Man, I ain't never seen nothing like it, bro. He's like our linebackers bouncing. I'm like, he's small, bro. You gotta keep bouncing off him, bro.
It didn't matter. He ran hard.
He ran hard. He ran through people, bro. But it was just more like, all right, we got rid of him. Then they get Carlton Nash. Got him. Boom. I'm like, all right, got a game now. So we get there. We get the King now. I'm like, there's nothing telling me we're not going back to the championship the year after we lost. So all right, we go 11-0. We get to the championship. I'm like, all right. So we come out. We in our backyard now. They was in their backyard last year.
Yeah. Piscataway, now y'all in King.
Now we in Union. So we like really right there.
Everybody at the game. That packed. Both stands was packed.
Because
y'all played on Friday. That was a Friday game. Night. And we played Saturday the next day. So yeah. Everybody was at that game.
Crazy thing, I had to take the ACT the next morning. I was sick.
You like, I'm not focusing on this SAT right now. I'm worried about this game right here.
I was worried about the game. I don't even think I finished the test, man. So I was on some I was just excited. All the adrenaline was just going, bro. But it was more so like, all right, me and Hyde, we already mapped this out. We like, bro, we got to go crazy. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. We come out the game, we come out walking right down the field. First drive, touchdown. Next drive, touchdown. I'm like, oh, we about to go crazy.
It's about to be over. We about to pack them up.
You feel me? We hit a lull. We just stopped scoring, bro. We hit a lull for at least a quarter and a half, bro. And that could get bad.
That's the worst feeling.
Them boys.
You go cold, it's like, and them boys gonna start coming back.
Them boys up quick, bro. And we stayed. We kept chipping away. We got the lead back. So now we still down. We get to a minute and some change left. It's 30. It's 34 to something 31 or something like that, or 35, 31. And we get a chance now. We got the ball. We stopped them. They are driving the ball to win the game, though.
To win the game. I remember this. I can still picture it. I can picture this moment right now. So tell us about it, bro.
In the game, bro. So I'm on the sideline. I wasn't even playing defense. So they walking. They put me on defense. We get down to the 5. I'm like, bro, what y'all doing? It's late.
It's too late for this. You should have put me in back then.
You feel me? Or we was on the 50.
Yeah,
bro. Our D line, I never seen nothing like it. Barely made plays consistently.
Yeah.
They made 3 stops back to back.
And this at the 5 yard line.
They get to the 1.
to win the game, end the game,
End it.
Elizabeth done. You going off to college? It's over.
Two championships, no rings.
Dang.
I'm like, all right, bro. We get to stop. I said, whoa. Oh, we got a minute and some change left. We got 99 to go though. My coach like, look,
Far ways.
You feel me?
You look down the field like,
we gotta go fast. My coach,
Yeah.
we gotta go fast. I'm like, all right, but we gotta go fast, but with some like enough control to it. We gonna be good. Like we can't play both sides of the ball, bro. We're gonna tire them out. So now we get a chance. Hit the first play. We call like deli. We call like dragon lion. I throw the double slant side, hit the slant. That's for 20. Next drive, we throw all 4 verts. Throw a bender throw a seam to the left side, the KK. Catch it. I'm like, we in the middle of the field.
quick, just like that. Just like that. We at the middle of the field.
I bet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they called this play. I'm like, bruh. I said, this might go to the crib.
Yeah.
I see man. I said, this is definitely going to the crib. They call a screen a hide. So we call like a little bubble screen with a backside screen too. So if the end peel, I just go backside. In barely peel, he peeled, but I'm like, I'm throwing this over. I'm giving this ball to 5. Bro, 5 got that ball. All I saw was end zone. I said, yo, you ain't just do that, bro. No way. I was like, this is like middle of the field. They just stopped it the drive before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you are elite, my boy.
Bro, when I watched that from the side, I'm like, yo, they just started at the 1 yard line. They about to drive all the way down to the end zone and win this game. Like,
I've never like me watching. I've never watched the sports like seeing the 99 yard. I'm like, bro, I've heard it happen before. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. We did it in 3 plays, bro.
that might be one of the best like moments I've ever watched in football. Period.
Like me being there and like experiencing, I'm like, bro, because as you playing, you don't really get the feel. Like when I watch it now, I'd be like,
probably give you chills. Like, yo, we really did that.
I'm like, bro, this was different. Like we had a good team, but we had some skilled players that was really like that.
So I remember, like, I was a sophomore, so watching that, and then because we played at Rutgers the next day, and we played we played Middletown South. And we went there. We won that, Cerebral 3-peat. You already know the vibes, baby. We got it. We won our game. But that game, because we had beat that Piscataway team early in the season by like 6.
Yeah.
So, and that was probably that obviously Piscataway and Cerebral goes down as probably one of the biggest rivalries in New Jersey history.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
That game when y'all played, I will honestly say like, was probably my favorite game that I can remember that I wasn't a part of to watch. Cause like I feel like everybody in New Jersey was there. Anybody who was anybody was there. It didn't matter if you like Piscataway, if you liked Elizabeth, if you had no ties to anybody, you were at that game.
Yes.
Like we had a game at 12 o'clock the next day, and I was at y'all game. That game is at nighttime.
It was a night game, bro. So I had to end at like 11:30.
I was there the whole game. I'm like, we going to this. We gonna be there because that joint gonna be crazy.
It was turned though from like the kickoff to the end of the game, bro. Like it was crazy.
So after that, boom, high school career is done. You're a champion. You lost the year before, but you win in your senior year, and then you graduate from Elizabeth, and then go to Temple. How was that transition going and now being a college quarterback now?
I wanna say it was different, bro, because I walked into my freshman year of high school as a starter, pretty much like. We didn't have a guy leaving. We didn't have a guy in when I got there. Like, it was just, you're going to have an opportunity to start, so take advantage of it. So when I got the opportunity at Temple, I'm 18. I'm 18 at the time. The dude who was actually starting at the time, Connor, he was probably 21, 22. So he was older, and he probably didn't experience so much.
Yeah.
But, like, me, I was just going out there to have fun, bro. Like,
kid from Elizabeth, going to college, all that stuff.
I was out there to have fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I did on the football field. Like I took it and ran with it. I was like, bro, I don't know when I'm gonna get opportunity. Like when I first talked to Rule about it, like I was supposed to redshirt the freshman year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I traveled to every game. I dressed. I was always in back of my mind like I'm prepared to play at some point.
Yeah.
And once I got the opportunity against Louisville, week 5, they was ranked like 7th in the country.
This when they had Lamar?
It was Teddy.
Teddy then. Ooh.
It was Teddy last year. It was Teddy last year.
Teddy's last year. Okay, this is
Teddy's last
This
year.
is back in the day.
This was 2013.
Okay.
It's 2013.
This one they were dogs straight like that.
Bro, defense like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is gonna be a game, bro. And so I went out there. I played good. I was just going out there, bro, making throws, moving the ball up and down the field. We just couldn't score, bro. So I was like, all right. Week after that, we played Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. I actually got the first start. This is my first start now.
Freshman year.
Yeah, so it's week 6. We playing Cincinnati. It's a Thursday night though. So we got to play a Thursday night game. I think we was 0-5 at the time, bro. It wasn't good. I mean, we was struggling. We was just trying to find our way, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, just making dumb mistakes. We was young, making dumb mistakes. It was just like, all right. Me mentally, where I was, it was just go out there, make plays, try to get guys the ball, and do what you could do. Mm-hmm. But I never really learned football. I didn't learn the game freshman year, so I was just going out there really just playing
off instincts.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like
you playing it like it's high school football. You like, oh, this guy's open. Like, all right,
yes, straight off instincts, bro.
Athleticism, all that stuff. Yeah.
Barely reading coverages, so like I'm still just going out there and playing, just trying to have fun. But as the game just goes on, bro, you start to figure it out. You start to watch film. You start to just, all right, I can do this versus this coverage, or I can do this versus. And then you just start to see it. You be like, all right. But that's the stuff you like now. You be like, man, I wish I knew all this in high school. I wish I knew all this when I was in college. But
you look back like, if I had one more year, I'd probably be an All-American.
You feel me? You gotta go through the experiences, though, bro. And I mean, the time I think that you are given the chance to play and the chance to go out there and compete, you gotta take advantage of it because you don't know when you get the next chance.
Exactly. You may never get that.
Get that next chance. So you gotta really take it and run with it. And that's what I pretty much did my freshman year. Just going out there and experiencing the amount of fun it was just to go out there and play at another level and actually like dominate with like a group of guys that's like older than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so then they give you the confidence. That's really what it does. I think my freshman year playing just gave me the confidence for the next three years that was after that.
That's tough. Definitely coming in because I started as a freshman in the SEC.
Yeah, that's
it's. Starting as a freshman is all cool until you get out there and you like, yo, these dudes is huge. You just came from high school, so you like,
you know, Jersey ain't like the biggest,
you playing against dudes that's gonna be like electrician the next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I already, especially playing quarterback, I could just imagine coming in and not starting the first 5 games and being 17 at the time,
I was 18
coming in and you like, I gotta learn this. But I'm still not old enough to know the experience of playing quarterback. Really, I was playing quarterback off instinct.
You feel me?
Those first year.
Let me go.
So what was after your freshman year, moving on, what did you learn so much about yourself those next few years to come at the quarterback position?
About myself, I learned that I need to learn football. And I think that's what I did in the offseason. I learned the game. Even though I struggled the year after that, like I struggled bad my sophomore year. Like I went from 20 touchdowns as a freshman and 8 interceptions to 13 touchdowns and 15 picks. Like I went from being a honorable mention freshman All-American to almost losing my job as a sophomore. Yeah.
Dang.
Like that's where we was going. That's why I was, but that's because I was learning the game.
Yeah, you was trying to really get into the game. You was trying to read coverages like, oh, boom, you wasn't playing off instinct. You was learning how to play quarterback. And that growing pains.
And I was cool with it, bro, but it burnt the fire in me. Like I had to talk with 2 coaches and they was just like, man, like we might want to bring in somebody else to, you know what I'm saying, replace you because you're struggling right now.
Yeah.
They said, and so we going into spring ball. And they like, look, we're going to give you the opportunity to prove yourself. Man, I went out and took them 15 practices serious, bro. Like, that's what I did. I learned more defenses, and that's when I'm just like, all right, now I got it, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now I'm going to my junior year, just like, all right, I got the experience. I know the defenses.
Confident.
You feel me? Like, I done got my struggles out the way. I'm like, I ain't tripping no more. Like, I just got to go out there and play my game. Now I got to put it all together. I got to put me going out there playing off instincts and learning how to play off of these coverages. Mm-hmm. So that's what I did my junior year. It just was me just knowing the game more now.
So after junior year, senior year, so what was your best year, junior year or senior year?
My best year was freshman year.
Freshman year. Okay, so outside the instinctive freshman year, what was your best year?
Senior year.
Senior year. Okay.
Sure.
So after senior year, what'd you go to school for? What'd you graduate with?
Education.
Education. Boom. Graduates with education from Temple. And then what happens next?
So I honestly thought I thought I had a good enough career, to be honest, to go to the combine, have playing a bowl game, something. But I didn't get no invites to neither. So I'm like, all right, cool.
It sounds so familiar.
Sounds
familiar.
But that's just how it be sometimes, bro. So like that shit just give you that hunger though.
People don't understand that when you don't get nothing, it's just like, growing up in Elizabeth, you weren't given nothing. It brings you right back to that time. So now you get that different type of motivation, different type of hunger.
And that's what I was on. And I'm like coming out, I said, what?
I'm better than half of these quarterbacks y'all invited here.
And that's the mindset I had. I'm like, bro, this is nah. They don't throw it like me. So I'm gonna just go in there with that approach. So after my senior year, bro, we no combine invited, nothing. I went out to go train in Colorado, and when you get around other guys, and you pretty much no matter what school they go to or anything, you just get to see how they throw, you get to see how they move, you get to see how much football they know, and you just realize like, bro, you there, like you just as good as they are. You good, like you good. Just go out there and be you. Don't worry about all the other stuff that goes on top
that you can't control.
Yeah, you feel me? Like some stuff that you really can't.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just having a good pro day. Like I wasn't saying I want to run fast. I was saying I need to throw the ball good.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day. So I went out there, I threw it good, and Indy gave me an opportunity. They brought me in.
Yeah.
So me getting signed to Indy, bro, was a blessing because I was able to come in there. Andrew was hurt, so I was able to get reps early.
Oh, nice, yeah.
OTAs, like that's tough to go in there as a rookie and get reps in there at
usually you get reps after practice when we do these little walkthroughs and you can get your reps in.
But I was in there getting actual reps, bro, like since week 1 of OTA. So
nice, yeah.
I'm like, all right, I got an opportunity. So you see drafted guys get a chance like that, but you don't really see a lot of undrafted.
Get it out the mud.
You feel me? So when you got there, now it's just like, I'm about to make the best of it. I'm about to make some plays.
Yeah, nothing to lose now. Nothing.
And I was going out there making plays every day, bro. Like making plays, making nice throws. So at the end of the day, they knew what I was capable of, but I just didn't get the opportunity. And I don't think I was ready to go in there and play as a rookie, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just go out there and just keep getting better every day. Just keep getting better every day. And that's when we signed Jacoby. We traded for Jacoby, and that's when our relationship ended up building. And I just started to learn a lot from him. So you feel me? So I just started to study the guys that was around me. Andrew, Jacoby, Scott Tozen was there for a year when I was there. So it was just me gravitating, because I've never had an opportunity to sit back and
learn from someone.
Watch.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So me just sitting there and just watching, it just didn't just help me on the field. It helped me when I'm in meetings now, watching film, breaking down.
Learn how to be a professional and all that stuff.
How to be a pro, how to come to meetings. You know what I'm saying? What to bring to meetings, like how to have that. Not I want to say energy, but knowing how to approach a meeting. Like, you gotta know, like when you go to meetings, bro. No matter if you're in year 12, year 1, have a notebook out.
Yeah.
Like have something to write with. Like come to meeting prepared. Like. That's the mindset, but that's my mindset every day though. Like, make sure you're there prepared. Like, you don't want to be that guy
that they looking like he ain't taking no notes.
No, you feel me? Like, you gonna remember this all in the back. You can't do that, right?
Especially playing quarterback.
You feel me? Like, you have to have something. Like, go home, study something.
Yeah.
And that's what I was pretty much. I was just going home, bro. And I was studying, and I took it to a point where I was like, all right, I got an opportunity to learn from these guys. When I get another opportunity to play, no matter where it's gonna be at, I'm gonna be ready. And that's when the next opportunity came.
I could just say that's not something easy to do either. No. To sit back after being basically a 4-year starter in college, to being undrafted, to not getting any invites. Dang, this sounds so familiar.
It do.
You know, it'd be like that sometimes. But then to sit behind, but the good thing was, I think that came out of that, you got to sit behind 2 people that have done it and have been doing it for a minute. And Andrew, if he kept playing, he probably would be one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now.
For sure.
So just to learn from those guys, I think probably was amazing opportunity. Yeah. So then after Indy, you get an opportunity to go to the XFL. XFL starts, boom, boom, boom. They had a draft. You were like one of
They did have a draft.
So how was that time going from the NFL to the XFL? What was some of the changes that you seen there that you had to adapt to, and what were like things that you appreciate that you now carry today?
So, one thing I would say about the XFL, so like me, about the draft and everything. So we had like an 8 quarterback. They had a bunch of quarterbacks in there, and they had the 8 teams selecting each quarterback from each team or whatever. So I ended up getting put on the Houston team, and me not knowing that's the head of that's where everything is
set up
based at in Houston. So I'm on the Houston team now. I'm on June Jones' team. So I played against June Jones in college when he was at SMU. So I know all about his offense now. I'm like, bruh, this is gonna be crazy.
This is gonna be nice. I'm gonna be able to show what I can do.
You feel me? But on the other end, I'm like, it's not a pro style offense. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. It's more college based.
It's more just you ain't reading. You ain't reading as much. You ain't checking as much either.
Got you.
So I had that experience already though. Like I got it in my background of me being in the pro style system, having checks, running in a legit. I want to say route concept because we ran the same route concept basically, but just having those mic points and all those different things, we didn't do that there because it was just like we was getting up, we was lining up, we was playing faster.
Yeah.
And that experience was different though. Like I've never been a part of something where you on the sideline get interviewed on the sideline.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you in the middle of a game, like they like, yeah. So how did you feel that last drive?
You feel me? So
wait, I'm trying to focus. Like leave me alone.
Take some getting used to it. Then there's no extra point, like no field goals, no extra points. So I'm like, every time we scored first game, I'm running off the field.
You get back out there.
You feel me? I gotta run back in the field. So it was one of those like I wasn't used to it, but it was different, bro. Like me getting that opportunity, I would say that now. Like I've started 2 games since I've been in Carolina, been active in the league. I wouldn't have won. I wouldn't have like played as well as I did, or just played in general, or being ready for the experience either, without having those 5 games of experience. Just because though, it was like, bro, we was like legit all like when I say defense was good. Like,
now your team was lit.
Our team was
your
crazy.
Team was lit.
Like I was like, man, and I felt the energy of practice. So I'm like, I knew what I was doing as I was developing when I was in Indy. Like I knew how good I was becoming like as a football player, and I knew I was starting to understand football. Like that's where you
start to see that growth.
Yeah, you start to see it when you understand the game. So I was just starting to understand it. I was just starting to pick it apart, and I took it as an opportunity to really go out there and blossom, bro. Because I'm throwing the ball 30, 40 times a game, like. And I ain't never experienced that.
You was slinging it too. I was watching them. I'm like, yeah, Jersey outside, bro.
That, because I ran the ball in high school a lot, and I didn't run personally, but we had a running system, and I ran the ball. We ran the ball a lot in college. So me going out there and throwing the ball around all the game was something I couldn't wait to do.
Yeah,
and I just got that experience. I was like, yes, I can't wait. But it was just, bro, all the guys around me was legit receivers though. Like
that's tough.
Making plays.
Yeah. So it wasn't all on you, but you had some help.
They was like that.
Nice.
All of them was putting up crazy numbers every day.
That's tough. So XFL ends up canceling the rest of their season.
Yeah, I'm sick about that.
What was your thoughts then? Was it like, dang, where am I gonna find this next opportunity? Or was it like, I know I did enough in the XFL to get that next opportunity?
It's always, I felt like I wasn't looking for my next opportunity. I was just like, honestly, I was just praying on like I end up in a good situation. Like,
it's not always about what opportunities, about the situation you're in.
And I never really didn't think I probably could have been in the league when I was in the XFL. Like I had a couple teams that wanted to sign me, but I was under contract in the XFL.
Got you.
So me, it was just like, I just got to go out there and do my numbers and play well, win games. But for the most part, when it was over, it was just like, all right, so where's the next best opportunity going to come in at? Like, and it timed up perfectly. Like, Carolina was the perfect fit.
So, boom, you play for Coach Rule in Temple, at Temple. Then you go to XFL, then you go to Indy, then the XFL.
Yeah.
And then XFL is done, and you get an opportunity at the Panthers with your college coach.
That's crazy.
What was that experience like, and how has it been playing for the? Has it been so much of a change playing for him, or has it been kind of the same things that you kind of experienced in college, just to a different magnitude?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I think it's the same experience, just in a different magnitude, bro. Because like he was different then. Then he went on to Baylor, did some things different there, and he's here, but he's doing things different now, but in the same form and fashion.
Like you understand, I remember kind of how he did it there, but he's doing it to a different. I
understand everything that he wants to get done, and it's just it takes time. It's a process, but gotta go. Like it's a process. Like everything is a process, and that's something that you gotta respect about it. Like you gotta go through the ups and downs of the growing pains, and it's something that you just once you start rolling, you go. Like it gets fun. Believe me.
Tough. So I got this ball back here when we played Detroit, and that was a game that you played, right? So I remember that week when Teddy was hurt, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have to play Peter." I'm like, "Shoot, let's play him. Let's go. That's a dog right there." So I feel like the defense had the utmost confidence for you and ready for you to do what you had to do, because we see it in practice every day. You dotting us up, and I think that's what makes us better. We it don't matter if Sam's throwing it, PJ gonna throw it just as good. It don't matter who's out there. So I feel like when you got that opportunity, I think you took the opportunity and ran with it. And even this past year when when you went in Arizona, boom, I think that was beautiful to see how everybody always talks about always be ready for the opportunity when it comes, because you don't want to be ready. Always be ready so you don't have to get ready. But I feel like you really didn't just talk it, but you showed it. You showed people it don't matter what situation you're in, if you're a backup, if you're a starter, if you're a third string, you're one play away from being that guy. One play away. This is a physical game.
At any moment,
it can happen at any moment. This is a physical game. Things happen where somebody might go down and you got to go in and you got to be ready. Now, were you, just like you said, in the film room, were you taking those notes during the week? Were you doing this? Were you going home knowing that you were the backup, taking those notes and really learning what's going on that week? Or were you just if it happens, it happens? So I feel like that's something you really took advantage of, and I applaud you, bro, for real, because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to, I was undrafted, playing on special teams, backup, playing on scout. I think that's where I got better. Playing on scout team, going against Robbie, going against DJ.
That's how it happens, though. Like, you get the experience. Like, me and Indy, I was playing against the ones every day.
That's what makes you better. You playing against the team that's actually going to be out there, not the scout team.
No, you playing against the ones, so you making tight window throws after tight window throws. And you just see a lot. You get that confidence in yourself. Like, bro, I can do this. Like, this is all I gotta do is go out there and execute it on the field now when I'm out there in the game. So,
right.
And that's what a lot of people don't get the experience to do. Like, you don't get the experience to go out there and play in games because it's minimal opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when you get your chance, you gotta show it. And that's something I didn't do my first couple years in the preseason. I really didn't take advantage of the opportunity that I was given.
Right.
So, as time goes, you get better and better, and you grow, and, you just become the player you could become.
Right. You see it in your brain, but sometimes you got to actually do it. Because, like, you see, like, bro, I could do all this. I know this stuff. I know, like, the back of my hand, but it's like, I know it in my head, but can I actually put it out there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like playing TV. Like, I know you cover somebody once, I know I can cover it. Like, I just know I can. Like, it's something about it that I know that I can cover it. And that's how I am about making throws. Like, I know I can make that throw. I've made that throw 1,000 times. I'm like, bro, don't let nothing else take your mind off of what you really want to get done.
Right. Bro, I applaud you because it takes true character to be able to do stuff like that and be able to be the backup and to be called on and not pout about being the backup, but ready for that opportunity when it comes. So let's step away from football a little bit. So we talked a little bit about you did some things back home with what was it?
So I did a back to school. I did a book bag drive last year. That was my first one.
Nice.
I'm gonna continue to do it this year as well. And just hope that it continues to move on, goes on for the next couple years. I did it back in my neighborhood I grew up in Bayway. So for me, it's just the opportunity to give back to the kids, but also just give the kids somebody to see that they, that's actually doing something well with themselves. And actually, going out there and trying to be a role model for young kids. So for me, it's just always trying to be a role model and doing the right thing. It's always, you got a lot of people doing the wrong thing. So for me, it's just, if I could just change one person, I've done something. I've done something positive, and that's my mindset. Trying to reach out to kids.
What are some other things that you want to do, but it's like when I get this chance, I'm not gonna miss it. Like any community service that's on your heart, because a lot of people can, I think in our position, it's our obligation to give back, because there's kids that are looking up to us and thinking we're superheroes, but you're the same kid that probably had the same dream as a kid in Elizabeth. If they see you come back and give back, they're like, all right, it's an opportunity. I can do this. He done it. He's from the same place I was from. He went to Temple. He didn't go to these big schools. Nope. So what are some other things in the community that you want to do, that you want to get done in 2022 and in the future?
I'm looking to do a camp at some point, like a actual football camp. And at some point I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get all the guys, back out there to just work with the kids.
I'm there.
Cause when you bring guys that's there, like they get the experience, they be like, because a lot of these kids don't get the opportunity to learn from big time players. And a lot of the time, big time coaches either. Like some of the coaches that they get the experience from haven't really played at that level, or just even experienced at that level. Like it's a difference between knowing just cover three and knowing what we call Jade and how, you know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. So me going back and trying to teach those kids those little things, and then when they get to high school, when they get to college, they on it. Like they already heard it already. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my biggest thing. That's one thing I really want to do, is get back, is get opportunity to go do a camp back at the crib.
Tough. Like I said, it's an obligation that all of us in this, any professional really, is my biggest thing. Like when I do things is, I have all this information that I have learned from other people and I have gained along the way. I'll be doing a disservice to myself and to people under me to not give back and tell them, like, even if it, like you said, if it doesn't affect everyone, as long as it affects 1, 2, 3 people out of 100, those 3 people gonna affect another 3 people, then another 3 people, and that's how you build a community that you want to build.
Because you might not affect them on a football, but something that you might say might help you in the classroom.
Exactly.
So like they might not be want to play ball, you know what I'm saying? But they see that you went to college and they see that you did it, then they know they got the confidence now. Like he went to the same middle school I went to, and I'm struggling.
How did he do it?
You feel me? So like, and then you might pull him to the side and have a conversation with him. Like, look, I struggled as well when I was in school, and I did this, and this. But then they just start to see a different like, I want to say light, because it's like, all right, I got an opportunity. I done talk to somebody that actually been through some things that I've been through.
Been where I want to be.
I can change the way I act.
Right. And I think it's also a humbling thing for us as, NFL players. You got NBA players. I think it's a humbling experience when you have that young kid that you see in yourself. You see that yourself in that kid. Like you like, dang, bro, I remember. Let me get back to how that used to be. Let me remember why I'm here, how I got here. Exactly. So that's when, like, I'm having my camp on June 11th. I'm having my boy pull up. You know what I'm saying? But just being able to give back and seeing those kids grind how I used to grind, going to the park, playing with my friends, and not falling to the cool stigma of, oh, this is what's cool. Nah, following my dreams and figuring out what I wanted to do.
Ain't nothing cool, bro.
Ain't nothing cool.
Like, ain't nothing cool. And I tell people all the time, like, bro, I used to work when I was in high school, because I just, not like to the point where I used to like have a job, like when I worked out, bro, like 3-4 times a day. Like, I knew I wanted to play quarterback.
I knew the goal.
I knew I was undersized, and I knew I really had to stand out somehow, some way, bro. And I just tried every single thing, like everything I could, to just try to be a great football player. And that's just because that was my mindset, though. That was my mindset just coming up.
Hey, that's the mindset everybody should have, because
always.
It don't matter how good you are. Even when you make it, don't matter how good you are, because there's always somebody that's coming in to take that spot. Because the league, as I'm only going on year 3 now, and just seeing how the turnover of like the people that was here rookie year, or most of them, some of them are here, some of them are not. Right. So it's like the turnover of the new guys coming in, people are getting drafted, free agents are coming in, people that have the same story, that want to have the same story I did, being undrafted, trying to make a team, are still, like, that's still happening every single year. So you just got to come to work prepared. And
like, it's 200 and something people that get drafted every year.
Yeah.
Like 200 and something. And another 14 free agents coming in off of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, it's no guarantees every year. Like, you don't know how good an undrafted or drafted guy going to be when they come in there. Like,
just because you get drafted don't mean you better than that undrafted dude.
Don't, but it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You might have had a better college career than him. And
Exactly.
I've seen people that don't play well in college come to the league and excel. Like, it just happens.
Sometimes it's the situation they were in, what position they were actually playing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Happens.
Things like that. But moving on to another thing, you got engaged last year.
Yeah.
How has that been, and what advice can you give to somebody who's, in love with someone or being a professional and having that comfortable space of, I know how I come home. I'm like, I need to decompress. I don't want to be talked to nobody. How has that process been with you and your fiance?
It's crazy, bro. Because I've been with my fiance since college. So I've been with her since my
And she a
year.
Delta.
You feel me?
Shouts out Coleman Love. You already know.
Yeah.
Aya.
This guy, bro. Every day. So I've been with her since my freshman year, but we always stayed together. So like we probably really started living together in college probably like 3, 4, 5 months after we started. So like,
You've been with her for real.
For real. So she knows me. Like, she knows how I am after games. She knows how I am after practice. Like, she knows everything about me. So for me, it's just like, I just come home I'm in a safe space every time I'm around her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gotta be nobody else. I just gotta be me. And that's the best thing about being with her. It's just like, I get to go home and just relax, bro. I don't gotta talk about ball. If she wanna talk about, she'll ask me like, how was your day? How was practice and things like that. But other than that, bro, it's like, we talking about life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we talking about everything else. We talking about the wet. We talking about everything else besides ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you know that's what you don't want to talk about right now.
When I'm home, I'm just, it's home time. Like, I'm home. I might get my couple hours of study and then, you know what I'm saying? But I try to do that before she even, like, during this time of the year, like during OTs, I try to do that before she even get home. So, like, I try to knock that out. But for me, it's just like the experience of actually just, I want to say, I think my more exciting moment gonna be really just getting married, bro. Because like, I really,
that's a true man statement right there.
I'm excited. I'm excited I'm engaged, but like, I'm gonna be more excited when I'm getting married. And it's like, this my forever. Like, this forever for right now. Forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm gonna be. Like, I try to not think about it too much because I know me. I'm gonna get all emotional about the shit and all that. So for me, it's like just take it easy. When it get time, when it get closer, then I'll be ready to talk about it with her more and more. But I told her, I'll be like, look, right now, I don't want to talk about it too much because we far from it, and it's gonna be a long anticipation wait. Up until that moment. So let's just wait till we get closer to the date. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just always, for us, it's just respecting each other's space. You know, that's just, I think, is important. Like, you respect each other's space and y'all get to grow from, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we need time apart from each other in the house, then we take time apart from each other.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. You understand it's not coming from a bad place. It's like, at all. Let's just, I just need a little space. Boom, you need a little space. Boom, I'll stay over here. You stay over there.
Never on that type of time. That's the craziest part. Like, never on that type of time. Every time, like, it's always a vibe. Like, we just be chilling, bro. And we respect each other's space as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never trying to do too much. Like, she ain't never trying to do too much. So we always just chilling, respect each other's space, and that's what make us actually like go. Like, we into the same thing. So that's really the same. That's really the good thing. We only child. Like, type kids, grew up in the house with just our mother. So for real, I was like the same damn person, to be honest, bro.
Dang. So, from college to NFL to XFL, all that, having the same girl by your side. That's not a lot of people can say that. Not a lot of people can say that. And I think that's beautiful, bro. That's true.
It's definitely a blessing, bro. It's definitely a blessing.
Especially to have somebody who understands what you're going through and seen the growth, how you have come, and it's not just here as soon as you made it, and they understood the groundwork that you put in.
And she see it and she respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, she supported it at the end of the day, and she's always down for it. And no matter, like, even when I wasn't on the team, you feel me? Like, she was there to pick me up every day. Like, I'm sitting in the house, all I'm doing is going to work out. Like, not on the team, like, she's working, doing what she gotta do. But for me, it was just like, I know she got my back every time she come home. She coming home to pick me up, bro. Like she's coming home with some good energy, never no bad vibes.
That's tough. Shoot.
That's what you
I'm trying to be like you, bro. I'm trying to be like you. But definitely, bro. So everything's been happening. 2022 is upon. We're here at OTAs. We just finished day 2 really of OTA practices, and stuff like that. So with this new offense going in, what is some things that you learned now that you wish you learned before, or is it kind of the same? And we'll answer that question first.
All right. So being that this is my 6th year now, being in the NFL, I feel like everything is the same, bro. Like everybody runs the same offense in a way, but everybody just do things different.
Yeah.
Everybody just call it a different name. So it's really adjusting to the name when it comes to plays and things like that. The biggest difference now is the footwork. You know what I'm saying? We taking different footworks, and that's what it takes time adjusting to. Me just getting my footwork right, getting it the way they want it, and staying balanced.
So going into the 2022 season and 2022, 2023, dang, that's crazy. It's really 2022. That's ridiculous. What are some goals that you have set now that you want to obtain within this year?
Some of my goals right now is trying to be the best me from the minute I wake up. Like have that energy, that urgency. Don't be walking around, because I do it. I fall victim to it all the time. Waking up in the morning feeling like I don't really want to go to work. Like, you got to appreciate that you even have the opportunity to go to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my biggest goals like this year, is to just wake up every morning with that urgency of like, all right, it's time to get better today. It's time to go out there and do something great. So that's really where I'm at right now. And like on the field, I don't really set goals, because like I saw in the podcast before, I heard Lil Wayne say, if you set goals, you can put a ceiling on yourself. And I was I was just like, all right, I understand him. So I'm loud, I'm just listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, all right. So now it's just like, I ain't going to set goals to where I'm like trying to get something done on the football field. I'm just going to go out there and
be the best you.
Be the best me every day. Because I know the best me is good enough. I know the best me is all I need to be. So,
I never even looked at it that way, because like if you set a goal, you reach it, then what's next?
What's next? Stops right there.
Stops right there.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we all have that stuff in the back of our mind of what we want to work on. We know that though already. Like we know what we need to work on every day. Like that's just a fact. Like we know what we struggle with. Like if you messing up if you struggle covering the route, you're gonna work on covering that route all the time.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think, and it's not like you're gonna stop covering it that one time. You're gonna keep doing it, because it's like you ain't gonna never not see it again. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, if I accomplish that goal just once, then what? I gotta keep doing it, right? Because like, I just feel like there's no way you could just say like, I'm gonna just work on this one thing right here.
Right.
Set my goals to just do this, because you're gonna do a whole bunch of other stuff in that process of just accomplishing that one goal. And not even realize you accomplished a whole bunch of other goals that you never set. Yeah. So that's really where my mind be at.
That's a good way to think about it, because I don't think I've ever thought about it, because I'm the same way. I don't set goals, but I don't think it's for any reason. I just think exactly what you said. I just try to go out and be the best me, and I know that's good enough, and I know stuff, exactly what you said, working on the stuff that I'm not good at the day, like watch film, like, dang, this step was wrong. It's the little things, like it's little. Like I'm guarding someone, boom, I stepped too far out and he got me inside. All right, let me fix that tomorrow and be more focused on that and figure out the little things, because at this level, everybody's fast, everybody can run routes, everybody can guard somebody, but it's about what separates people is the little things of not only knowing your job, but knowing what if you do something wrong, who it affects.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the biggest.
That's the biggest thing, because everything I do affects Shaq, affects JB, somebody. Chin, everybody, D lineman. You know what I'm saying? If I don't make this check, it messes the whole defense up. And I know it's the same way on offense. If you don't get this wire, if he's in the wrong split, you like, move in, because the route is not giving me enough room on the sideline.
Everything plays a part, bro.
Everybody plays their part. But I got my secret questions. Boom, here we go. I'm the childish dude. You already know how I get. You know how I get. But my first question is, it's not so much childish, this one, but
this one.
The other one is, I ask everybody, but
childish.
If NCAA was to come back this year, who would be on your cover?
Oh.
Who would be on your cover? NCAA will come back. You have some legend.
It could be a throwback player. Like it could be.
It gotta be somebody.
Like somebody within like.
The last one came out in 2012.
2012.
So it has to be somebody from 2013 on. So Tavon Austin, that class can't be in. I said Tavon Austin, but I was corrected that I can't use him. So I can't use Tavon. Because I still watch his highlights to this day. That was that game, what was it, Oklahoma?
Yes, bro.
That joint was crazy.
He went crazy.
He had a whole season highlight in one game.
Yeah, one game. 500-some yards, bro.
Crazy. But who would be on your cover?
Lamar Jackson.
Thank you.
Lamar.
Thank you.
It's not even like close.
It's not close. Somebody, Carey says, the other host says that it's Joe Burrow. I'm like, I understand where you come from because he said nobody's ever been the Heisman. And I'm like, but his team was crazy.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't just him that won the championship. The defense was crazy. Offense was crazy.
All of them was like that.
It was, so like, I think, will Joe Burrow be a part of the intro? Of course.
Yeah.
Now, you got so many players. Jameis Winston. What do you call it? Texas A&M quarterback. Menzel. You got people that have been before him and have done college football a justice by putting it on the map and making it what it is before Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is probably one of the best quarterbacks to ever play college football, but there's some people before him that were human highlights. Yeah. Like highlights by themselves.
And that's what pretty much the cover is all about.
Exactly. Just like with Odell on the Madden cover.
Yeah. Like,
come on, you know why it's there.
All about. Like, it's about not even just selling, but it's about just the eye appeal. Like you see Lamar Jackson jumping over somebody from Syracuse into the end zone on a Madden cover. You gonna
that joint gonna be crazy. I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
So that's just the way they gonna lay it out, bro. That's just really it.
I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. That's the Jersey connection.
I was sitting there thinking, but I'm like, ain't nothing to think about.
Ain't nothing to think
about.
Lamar Jackson is the number one pick for me and my guy PJ. So, boom. My next question is, I don't know if you watch it, but I'm gonna ask you. Name your top 3 Disney movies of all time.
I
can't. All right. So, what did you watch as a kid? What were you watching? Cartoon Network.
I was watching Nickelodeon.
All right, so what's your top 3 Nickelodeon shows of all time? Speak to him.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we going back to the childhood.
Ooh, you put me on the spot.
Yeah, I ain't telling him this question was coming. He got to answer this on the spot.
I'm going to say Rocket Power was like up there.
That's a great one.
Up there. Rocket Power. I want to say I watched Hey Arnold a little bit, but it was just like every time I woke up in the middle of the night, it was on.
That's one of those shows that was just always on at all times.
Always on. I'm
hey
Arnold! You wake up at 2 in the morning, it's on. Like,
come on, bro. Like, damn.
I turn my TV on at this point. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna keep waking up to this. So you got Rocket Power. Hey Arnold. The third one. See, I used to watch like Drake and Josh when I got home.
That's a great one.
I used to watch Drake and Josh when I got home from school week. That shit was funny.
Drake and Josh is low key, like people forget about it. Yeah. How good Drake and Josh is.
I think it was on like Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah, it was on Netflix for a minute.
I watched it.
It was on Netflix for a minute.
I recently watched it. I'm like, bro, I don't know, bro. Those 3 though right there was probably my top 3.
I think my top 3 for Nickelodeon was Jimmy Neutron.
Oh, that's a good one.
Fairly Odd Parents.
That's a good one. That's on Netflix right now too.
Yeah. Facts. You already know I got that joint on. Just chilling, watching something. I'm gonna throw on that Fairly Odd Parents real quick. But those 2, I think, are my unanimous top 2. Like
Fairly Odd Parents and
Jimmy Neutron. And then I had to say, I used to really mess with Cat Dog.
I was thinking about that.
I really used to watch me some Cat Dog.
It's the theme song.
Cat Dog.
It's the theme song.
The theme song went crazy. Boom, Cat Dog.
It's really the theme song, bruh. I agree.
You know, for me, it was younger. What caught my eye was the music at the beginning. Like, if the music, it didn't catch me in the beginning, I'm like, all right, next show. Like,
cause like I used to watch SpongeBob. I could always watch SpongeBob.
Yeah, I think SpongeBob is always. I don't think SpongeBob could be in these categories because
it's gonna be
everybody watch SpongeBob.
It's gonna be always on.
Till now, kids are still watching SpongeBob. It's
grown-ups watching SpongeBob now.
It's crazy how times change, but shows are like these shows that are coming out are just remakes but different characters.
That's it.
They're not really changing nothing. He's just like my little cousin still watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Like I was watching that as a kid. Like, like y'all still searching for the same thing I was searching for when I was 5. Like talking about where's the doctor tool? But I was looking for the doctor tool when I was 6 too. Like, what you mean with the Dr. Tool? I thought we found it about 20 years ago.
Find it. But hey, they still making them though. That's the craziest thing.
It's crazy. They're still making money off the same stuff.
Stop, bro.
But hey, bro, I appreciate you coming on the pod.
I appreciate
it's been a blessing, bro. I feel like everybody will appreciate how vulnerable you were and truly honest about your experiences being in the league, college, high school, and everything else. But truly appreciate it. And if there's anything else you got to say about anything you're about to do, boom, go on and let them know.
I'm
good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, but you're now tuned in to This Is Me. I'm, again, one of your hosts, Big 38. Like, comment, subscribe, because we're all friends.
Make sure
and we're
y'all
friendly.
pull up to my dog camp, man.
June 11th, we coming. Saraville, New Jersey. We there. Signing out.
Off season.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder during the off season.
Let's work.